fraternity party at the University of Arizona. Music was going, lots of chatter going around, speaking with everybody, nice time. And over the corner was this young man and a woman, and they were talking with us, but when they talked amongst themselves, they were speaking in Spanish. And I looked at them and I kind of figured that they were probably missionary kids who had spent time in Mexico and grew up in Mexico. Yet they had something special going on between them, and I was a little bit annoyed, A, that I couldn't understand them, but B, I was a little bit jealous. And at that moment, I made a promise to myself that I would fulfill one of my dreams, and that was to learn a foreign language. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. You can learn a foreign language. The benefits of learning a foreign language as an adult are greater mental clarity, higher order of thinking, more creativity, communicate with more people, increase your job opportunities, and order food from a restaurant on Armenia. I took high school Spanish. I was raised in Paris when I was a kid and evidently spoke French. And when I got to the United States, Fairfax County school system, which is outside of Washington, D.C., required a foreign language. And I got Mrs. Moriarty, the French teacher. And in 7th and 8th grades, I made straight F's. And in 9th grade, I was tired of foreign language, but a friend of mine, Mark, said, "Rob, take Spanish. It's easy." And I went and got Miss Wilson. And I connected with Miss Wilson. And I got straight A's in Spanish, all the way through the 12th grade. Then, moving to the University of Arizona, we were close to the border of Mexico, and we would make trips down to Nogales. Back in those days when I used to drink, get our liquor and our tequila and things. And I'll never forget, this man came up to me in this class, and he came up and he pulled his wrist up and he had all these watches on there, and he said, mira este reloj, quiere comprarla? And I understood it. Hey, you want to buy a watch? He said, it's a Seiko. Z-A-E-K-O. Oh yeah, Seiko, right. I must have been in Mexico. So from that point forward, I decided I was going to learn one new word a day. So if we count the days from when I made that, I'm not going to tell you, but my vocabulary's gotten quite large. So now, how do you go about going out learning Spanish? Well, I would suggest we're living in a town where a lot of Spanish is spoken. Go to the Home Depot. Everything is in English and Spanish. Tus herramientas. Tile lota. It's all there, so you can learn lots of words there. The grocery store. Pick up almost everything. Here's an example of towels that you buy, and sparkle 2-ply towels with thirst pockets designed to draw liquids. Las toallas de papel sparkle de 2 capas con thirst pockets están diseñados. And it pretty much goes word by word. Another one is drive around this town. You see Spanish everywhere. Up on the signs. Abogado, lawyer. Carniceria, meat market. Lavanderia, wash market. You don't see a lot of, well, tacos, of course, on, but that was American made. And also, so, who in here knows some Spanish? 2, 3, 4. Besides our native Spanish speakers, which we have 1, 2, maybe 3 of. And some of you came from other countries and had to learn English. And so we pick it up, a word at a time, a piece here, a piece there. what it is in Spanish is, well, the first thing I did was I started learning nouns. And nouns is, so I would start looking at things. Let's say this is a hammer, martillo, vaso, sal y pimienta. Here, azúcar, mesa, silla. And then you start learning the verbs. Gritar, shout, hablar, talk, andar, walk. And so then, unlike English where we says boy runs or I walk, in Spanish you take the verb and you add the tense. So like I talk, hablo, you talk, hablas, he talks, habla, we talk, hablamos, they talk, hablan, and then you construct a verb to it. So, good things. Cosas buenas, all right? Hablamos cosas buenas. Aquí, we speak good things here. Where would it come into use? So imagine most people have been in love or have traveled and on a beach in Spain. And here comes the man, he's Antonio Banderas looking, or the woman Penelope Cruz looking. And you've got a little bit of a lingo under your belt. And so you're sitting there next to her. The full moon is rising up over the sea, across the plain. And you turn to him, and he turns to you, and he says, look at the full moon rising above the sea. The wind is blowing, the waves are touching the sea. Mira, la luna amanezando desde el mar. Las olas tocando la orilla. Beautiful, yes? You have the opportunity to learn to speak Spanish. Here in Tampa, there's lots of people that will practice with you. The words are everywhere. You can do it. Thank you.